Hey guys, so I literally just made this video. It was about 10 minutes, but it stopped and closed, and so I'm gonna make it again because I feel like this is an important one, for me at least. So what I was talking about was the positivity, okay? You have the yin and yang, and I have the tendency to talk about the negative, and I'm gonna explain why at the end of this, why I do that. But I want you guys to know that my life has been oh so positive. Okay, so here's how I'm going to explain that. What is the positivity in my life? Maybe it's the things I did. Maybe it's where I've been. Now, the positivity in my life is you guys. Every single person that has crossed my path on this planet is my positivity. You know, even the ones that we hated each other, you were my positivity, because it's the connections that we share with people, the experiences that we have with each other that make life worth living, you know? So here's how I'm going to describe it. And remember, I already did this. I'm doing this again, but it always comes out different. So when I talked in some of my past videos, I said that my escape used to be, when I was younger, to lay on the court at night and look at the stars, okay? Countless stars. Some are brighter than others because they're closer, but that does not mean that the dim ones are not just as important. Just haven't gotten to know them well enough for them to be bright, you know? Countless numbers. Now my escape is to focus on the stars in my world. You guys, the 7 billion of you. I love thinking about you guys. And I see these posts on Facebook a lot that it's like, I wonder who's thinking about me and, you know, what they remember about me. And if you ever question if, you know, I think about you, I think about every single person that I've ever met. And, you know, I want to say that, you know, maybe that sounds kind of radical, but I sincerely believe that everybody on the planet does this. They think about those people, whether they just pop up randomly or whether you think about them constantly. Like, you think about the memories that you have with people. And it's because of those memories that it makes me look forward to creating more. That's what keeps me going, you know? So when I see people in the world, I see you guys as the stars in my universe. You have your brightest stars. That would be my family, you know? The ones who never turn their back on me. We've always been there. We know each other's depths, for the most part. You know, you gotta admit, you're never gonna truly, fully, 100% know anybody unless you could be in their mind, and that's never gonna be possible, I don't think. But as much as I can know them, I try to know them. Those are my brightest stars. And then, of course, just as bright as my family are my friends who have stood by me through everything. I think about you guys every day. And I can name you guys easily, but like I've said, I don't like to say names, you know, without permission, but I could easily name my brightest stars. I can even name my dim stars. And you know, some of you guys, I don't remember your name, but I remember the experiences that we had. I remember this person that I only had an interaction with for 3 minutes because I was selling her tickets on Christmas. I think about her and I don't know her name, and I only knew her for 3 minutes. So for those of you who I knew longer than 3 minutes, don't think I don't think about you. Every basketball team I was on, I'm talking about from all the city leagues 4 and up, I think about you guys all the time. The military, I think about my battles all the time. I think about my sergeants all the time. I think about my drill sergeants all the time. The hospitals, I think about the patients all the time. I think about the staff all the time. Rehab, I think about that staff all the time. And those girls that I met there, I'll do anything for them. If anybody from my past ever called and said, hey, I need you, I'd be like, yes, thank you. I missed you. I'd love to talk to you about anything. I want to know what's going on with you guys. I think about it all the time. Every job I've had, all my coworkers and all my bosses. You guys are the stars in my universe. And even those people who I've seen you and you have not seen me, you're still a star in my universe. Like you YouTubers. You know, the people who I see sitting alone at like parks and stuff, like I think about you, like I wonder what your life is looking like. That's that positivity in my life. And honestly, since I'm like 27 years old, if I wanted to tell you sincerely all the positivity in my life, I'd be sitting here for 27 years. Because I realized in my Living Open video, I did say this is going to come off extremely negative, and I'm going to explain why, guys. I am grateful for all the negative stuff that has happened in my life, because everything, no matter how negative it was, it changed my path. And with it changing my path, it always brought me into a new world where I got to meet new, amazing, incredible people, and I will never regret meeting any of you. So whatever got me to the point of meeting you, I'm grateful for that. So now, in my sky, obviously, I have my brightest star, my sun, and I don't think the sun chooses to be the sun, it just is the sun. So if you don't want to be my sun, like, I'm sorry, that's how you became, and I'm going to explain why this is. By the time I met you, my life, I felt like it was just negative. I did not want to live. I had no reason to live. And I'm not saying that you gave me a reason to live, but it was you coming into my world that made that night worth it. The warmth I felt, that being able to see, meeting you made it all worth it. And that goes for all of you guys. But when the sun comes up, guys, it's a little different than looking at the night sky. I love looking at the night sky. I love thinking about you guys. But when the sun comes up, I can go out and live. So, yeah, I have my sun. I'm grateful for it. And I'm going to live my 12 hours in the sun and see what happens. But the reason I want to be with you is because I want to tell you every single day what you mean to me. And I'll continue to try. I have no idea what you feel about things right now. But, whether you're communicating with me or not, I'm going to end up talking about you in my videos because I think about you the most. So. Oh, and now I said I was going to talk about why I talk about the negative. Okay, so I've explained this tattoo like 3 times because I made a video last night. I made one that just got erased by itself, and I'm doing this one. So, here goes. This says, I walked a mile with pleasure. Okay, and this is a poem by Robert Browning. And it goes, I walked a mile with pleasure. She chatted all the way, but left me none the wiser for all she had to say. Alright? So, my pleasure is all the people that I've experienced life with, had those conversations with, lived life with. That is the pleasure in my life. And I loved it. But I don't think that I learned anything from it. I'm grateful for it. But it's hard to talk about the positive because when I speak, it's because I'm trying to show something. And I could easily, every day, tell you guys stories about people that I remember, like that positive stuff. I have really fun stories. I love telling stories about the positive. But I don't think there's anything to learn from it. So, I walked a mile with sorrow. I walked a mile with sorrow, and never a word said she. But oh, the things I learned from her when sorrow walked with me. Guys, it was all that negativity in my life that every time something beat me down, somebody had to pick me up and say, hey, this is how you stand. And it was because of that negativity that I learned how to live positive. That's why I talk about the negative, is because that's where I learn. Never a word said she. It was a lonely, quiet time, guys. But oh, the things I learned from her. So I'm grateful for my sorrow, because I'm grateful for my learning. But I want the pain to stop still, because I believe that in a world without pain, we could still learn from each other. Because, yeah, the sorrow got me to the point of learning, but it was that human connection, that somebody willing to teach me that I learned. And I have so much more to learn, guys, and I hope that we can work together and learn these things, because I want to go to the stars. I like this song. So in my last video I made, I did play basketball for a little while. I'm going to end this one because I don't want it to delete again. But what I'm going to end with, guys, is I am so grateful for every single one of you. All of you. And I'm talking about the people who I felt hurt by the most. Think about you all the time. And I'm grateful for all that positive stuff that happened before the negativity. Because you probably wouldn't have been able to do that negative if I had not let you into my life the way that I did. And I do remember those memories. And I'm grateful for those. So for those of you who are kind of feeling like giving up, I want you to know that I've been there. It's worth it, though, when the sun comes up. Because then, when it's dark, you don't see very far. You don't see the beauty over the hill. But when that sun comes up, you're like, wow, it's a really beautiful world. And I'm grateful to be in it. And now I gotta quit smoking because it's It's gonna kill me. And now I want to live, so I hope you're happy. I hope you're content. I hope you're living your best life. And I hope you're passionate. And if you're ever wondering what I'm passionate about, you know, I used to say it was basketball, the military, like, you know, stuff, right? The things I was doing. What I'm passionate about now is, honestly, you guys. Every single person on the planet. Even if I have not met you yet, I think about you. Because I want to meet you. Because I love these experiences that I'm having. And every time I meet someone new, nobody's the same, guys. We all have a lot in common, but, you know, people be saying stuff. Even the 4-year-olds, guys, they're saying stuff, and I'm like, what? Okay. So, yeah. I'm grateful that I met you guys. Make my life worth living. The negative and positive. My positive, all you guys. So, thank you. Don't give up. I'm going to end this.